Every year, millions of women, children, and men are trafficked worldwide, many of them right here in the United States, and Florida is one of the states where it happens the most. It can be found in any community. Victims can be any age, race, gender, or nationality. So we go on the record with the people committed to ending what some call modern-day slavery.
From WPBF 25, this is On the Record with Todd McDermott.
Good morning. January is Human Trafficking Prevention Month. Every year since 2010, this month has been dedicated to raising awareness of human trafficking and to educate the public about how to identify and prevent these crimes. Now, according to the Palm Beach County Human Trafficking Task Force, there are an estimated 400 to 650,000 trafficking victims in the U.S. alone. Florida ranks number 3 in the nation for suspected cases. Palm Beach County ranks number 3 in the state of Florida. There are a lot of campaigns, many local advocates trying to spread awareness to stop trafficking. Let's start today by talking with Lynn Barletta. She's the founder and CEO of Florida Faith Alliance, nonprofit that brings attention to try to end child trafficking and so much more that you do. Thank you for joining me this morning. First of all, let's talk about the beginnings of the Alliance itself, how it started, and the mission.
Well, we have to go back pretty close to 10 years because I started by going to Singapore. And I am an artist, and I have a school of arts for children, and I was asked to help paint murals there and teach 60 children from different nations how to paint on a wall. And I met a little girl who'd been trafficked by her parents since age 8, and she was 18. And I took her under my wing that week and worked with her, and I went over there to change lives, and she changed me forever. I came back. I was asked by Juvenile Justice to go in and work at Martin Girls Academy in Stuart, where there were 30 trafficked girls. And I developed an art program, a healing program for them, and started my first organization back in 2015.
Now, is this the Visionary School of Arts? The
Visionary School of Arts was started in 2010. I've actually founded 4 organizations. I like to start things. Yes, and so Visionary School of Arts for children ages 5 to 17 is just a rockin' and rollin' school up in Stuart, Florida, and the children have won tons of awards. And so we, at that point, also began another organization called Catch the Wave of Hope. And that organization ended up being a local organization giving therapy to victims. Great organization. But I just felt called to go on in 2022 to create a statewide organization. And that's how Florida Faith Alliance was born, because I felt like I was to go out beyond where we were, because the issue grew so much after the pandemic. I found out that child trafficking is the fastest growing crime in the world, and that countries like India and the United States went up 98% in child sexual exploitation, and America is the biggest buyer of sex in the world.
Did you know about this crime before you started these organizations? Were you aware of this?
No, I lived in the bubble just like everybody else. And I thought it was something foreign. I thought it was something that happened overseas, and that it didn't really happen in my beautiful little bubble community.
Let's talk specifically about Florida then. What are the factors that make this such a focus of traffickers and trafficking?
That's a great question. You know, Florida is a very transient state, and it has a lot of port cities, and we have a lot of undocumented children here. And Florida has rates very high in homelessness and also foster children. And these are all factors that contribute to sex trafficking and also labor trafficking.
And I know that it's difficult necessarily to wrap your arms around all of this. How do you outreach to victims? How do you find them? And what is the process like to helping them?
Well, this is interesting because Martin County Schools brought victims to us. So there is a very special school that houses over 400 children. And I don't say where it is because I do protect them, but it's from 4 to 17. And I take my art program that I first developed at Martin Girls Academy into this place that is connected to a mental health facility. There's a waiting list to get into this all over the nation, but it is under Martin County Schools because they educate them there. But we work directly with the children, and it is the most heartwarming, most wonderful experience. I can't describe how gratifying it is to help a child take that next step into healing when they may have been trafficked since age 2.
I think that some people hear this and It seems impossible, hard to believe, although it is so prevalent. There is a term, sextortion, that's used that leads into trafficking. Can you help people understand that?
So I was briefed by this by Homeland Security because I go to conferences all the time. I go to law enforcement briefings. And so Homeland Security in 2018 explained to us that sexting, which is sending nude pictures via some sort of device, and also sextortion, which is where the threatening comes in, that if you don't send more and they aren't more graphic, we're going to expose you on social media and everywhere, and to your parents and your friends and your family. And so this sexting and sextortion is in every school. Every school. You can't get away from it. And children are so innocent, they don't know if they're being asked to send a picture or a video of them and their boyfriend, that it could go out there, be uploaded to the dark web. There are recruiters in every school, and they are sent there by predators and traffickers, sometimes gangs, sometimes the cartel is involved, and the children are paid in cyber money and gift cards that can't be traced. These are uploaded to the dark web, and it's all a part of trafficking.
Lynn, the last question I really have for you this morning is, somebody hears this, what's the first thing they can do to help in this fight against trafficking?
Well, there are hotlines that you can call. Now, Florida has a brand new hotline, and it's 855-FLA-SAFE. And then you can call the national hotline, you can call the cyber tip hotline. These are all what we publish and what we do in our awareness trainings. But I think if you're in Florida, to call that new number, because that gets law enforcement on it right away. And sexting and sextortion is illegal for a minor.
Lynn Barletta, thank you so much. The two organizations are Florida Faith Alliance and Visionary School of the Arts.
Yes, we collaborate and work together. And so Florida Faith Alliance and Visionary School of Arts have created awareness videos together because of my art background and because Apple at Gardens Mall adopted our school, and they train us in video editing and all kinds of digital art. We can employ those wonderful visual images into awareness presentations for children. And so we're working on getting into all the schools. We're working on getting into Martin County School right now. And we have been showing those videos at every proclamation that we've been doing for county commissioners and city commissioners. We've done our 9th one just recently in January. And we also have a presentation coming up at Palm Beach State College next week, January 31st at 7 p.m.
Well, congratulations on all the work you do, and wish you so much success. Thanks again for coming in today.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Next, we're going on the record with a Treasure Coast woman who shares her story in hopes of helping others.
Thank you. It means a lot. And in a time like this, we appreciate you trusting us to keep you informed.
To keep you safe through investigations, accountability, warning you first to severe weather,
Covering our best days and our toughest moments. You've made us South Florida's news leader.
morning, evening, and night.
You are the reason we do what we do.
Thank you for trusting WPBF 25 News every day.
Bruno! Bruno!
Pup on the run? No problem. With 5 drive modes, Rogue makes this a walk in the park.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get a low $299 per month lease or get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months on Rogue.
I can't wait to get out of here. And right into my shower. Dial with Hydro Clean Complex and Vitamin E. Cleanses deep but is gentle on skin. Dial up your day. Let's do this.
With Fargo, the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo. When Dad brings up the importance of
building credit,
you're ready.
Dad. Fargo? What's my FICO score?
Wow, it's a work of art.
Do you Fargo? You can with Wells Fargo. What else can Fargo do? Instantly tell you what you spend on things like food.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries this month?
Hey, Dad, can the guys stay for dinner?
No.
Want faster, easier banking? You can with Wells Fargo.
In Florida, hurricanes are a part of life. That's why over 100,000 Floridians have made StormSmart a part of theirs. Our Category 5 storm catcher screens, shutters, and high-impact windows are designed to help protect your home from hurricane winds, rain, and airborne debris. In fact, StormSmart can protect every opening in your home. If you live in Florida, extreme weather is a part of life, but for year-round storm protection, you can count on StormSmart. Call 866-60-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
You can achieve anything with good sleep, and over 1 million dreamers have trusted City Furniture to help. And from mattresses starting at $149 to a $300 gift card with Tempur-Pedic, you can rest assured we have the best price guaranteed, so everyone can live like this.
When you need a fighter, you need us. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Most insurance companies are big, really big. Imagine you're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Our results and reputation are well known to the other side. As America's largest injury firm, our Army will fight like hell for you. We have the resources to take on the biggest insurance companies in America. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When you need a fighter, you need us. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
There's only one place in daytime to feel this free. Tamron Hall.
You're watching On the Record on WPBF 25.
Joining me now, Jeannie Robertson. Jeannie, you are courageously sharing your own story of being manipulated to fight back against human trafficking yourself. Can you tell us a little bit first about your own experience?
Well, I was manipulated, groomed, and exploited for financial gain by a woman when I was just turned 17 years old.
Can you tell us about the circumstances? Because I think that many people don't understand how easily this can happen to somebody.
Yes, well, I was vulnerable to her. She had gotten to know me. She knew that I lived in the projects. I was a young mother. I had just had a baby boy. I turned 17 a month after he was born. I was collecting welfare, and she sort of preyed on all of those things. She knew that, you know, I would be susceptible.
How did she make contact with you?
So I had met her through an acquaintance, and I was told that she told me that she would bring costumes to my house and show me how to dance, and I would make a lot of money, and she would put my picture in the newspaper and advertise my name on marquees.
And this pulled you into the adult entertainment industry?
It did, as an exotic dancer. And she did. She came to my house. She moved furniture around in my living room to make a makeshift stage. She brought costumes, beautiful gowns that zipped up the side with sequins and boas and fans, and she taught me how to put makeup on and wear wigs.
So there was glamour in the
Very glamorous, very glamorous. And I felt like a movie star. I mean, I was on stage, I had attention. I think because she was an older woman and I had such a dysfunctional family background, she also preyed on that because she could see that I needed that mother figure. But I would never have suspected anything like that happening to me, especially from a woman. I knew to beware of men, but not a woman.
And how did this progress from that stage?
Well, I continued to remain in that business for years. I became addicted to alcohol. I was addicted to the lifestyle of that business. It really became difficult for me to distinguish between what was reality on the outside of those club walls and what went on inside the club walls. It changed my life. It prevented me from probably having a lot of opportunities that I might have had I not entered that business. But the worst atrocity of all was that I thought it was my own idea. And when I realized that it wasn't, I was in my 60s, I was pitching my story to a publisher. And the publisher had said to me, "Oh my gosh, you were trafficked." And I said, "No, I made my own mind to do this."
You know better now.
And then she explained to me what grooming was. And grooming is manipulation for financial gain and exploitation, and that's exactly what she did with me.
And there's a difference between that and coercion. The
Yes.
outcome is the same, but can you explain the difference to people who might be...
Coercion is where you're forced. I wasn't forced. I was manipulated. Manipulated in promises. Promises that I would have that glamorous status. I had just turned 17. I was a month after I turned 17 when I met her. So I was still so young and so naive. I didn't know what any clubs like that were like. I had never been in anything like that, and I never heard anybody talk about it.
If you had one message to give a young woman, young person watching this, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to beware. Stay in touch with your family. Discuss it with someone that you trust before you enter into any kind of relationship with someone that is a stranger. What is happening with the phones, with the texting, and with the websites that are out there right now that kids are getting involved in, they're so bad.
We're so glad that you are a survivor, and so glad you're able to share your story with others.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate it. Thank you. Well, coming up, the state lawmaker leading the movement to strengthen the laws to battle trafficking.
We could tell you what it's capable of. Or you could find out for yourself. How we get there matters. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
Trust Brooks Silverang and WPBF 25 First Warning Weather.
If you're looking for the yard of your dreams, look no further than Moon Valley Nurseries. America's largest box tree grower is now open in Riviera Beach. Here, you'll find a wide assortment of mature trees and hedges. Our courteous and knowledgeable team will assist you from planning to planting. Create a yard that ensures privacy and a place your family will love. Benefit from our stress-free white glove service and take advantage of our weather protection plans. From small projects to complete yard transformations, we've got what you're looking for. Come see us today.
Looking for big fitness energy this year? Join Planet Fitness. Now through January 31st, it's the last chance to save almost $50 when you join for 24 cents down and just $10 a month. Cancel anytime. That's right, save almost $50 and get energized in the judgment-free zone. Never intimidating. Always free fitness training. Equipment for every workout. Don't miss out. Join today for just 24 cents down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, January 31st.
All Free Clear is the #1 doctor-recommended brand for sensitive skin.
Whether you have a family with sensitive skin,
or you do yourself.
For a gentle and effective clean, all you need is All Free Clear.
Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're 4imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
I'm Jerry. I smoked, and I have late-stage COPD. I'm hoping to get on the lung transplant list, but I don't know if I'll be accepted in time. My children are really worried. My tip is, every morning, give your kids a call or send them a text. It may be the last time that you do.
Tobacco Free Florida offers free nicotine replacement therapy to help start your quit journey. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN now.
Find new roads in 2024 at Schumacher Chevy, your true truck and SUV headquarters. Right now, get 1.9% APR financing on the new 2024 Silverado Crew Cab LTZ and High Country models, or lease Equinox LS for just $139 a month at your true truck and SUV headquarters, Schumacher Chevy.
Find new roads at Schumacher Chevy. Come join the family.
We could tell you what it's capable of. Or you could find out for yourself. How we get there matters. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
Welcome back. We want you to know there is help out there for you. If you or someone you know is a victim of human trafficking, you can get the support you need to get out. Call the National Human Trafficking Resource Center. That number is 888-373-7888, or text Be Free. That is 233-733. State Representative Toby Oberdorf of the 85th District, which includes Port St. Lucie, Palm City, and parts of Jensen Beach, is working in Tallahassee to pass tougher laws targeting pornography, which is a tool that can be used by human traffickers. He sits on the statewide Council on Human Trafficking, and this past week he sponsored House Bill 3, which would provide age verification requirements to log in to an adult website.
Thank you, members, for saying yes to innocence. You know, members, when you live in a world where there is a trending downward age of children that for the first time are seeing hardcore pornography, from their phones, from their tablets, from their computers. When young girls are believing that they have to look a certain way just to be desirable, and young boys believe they have to behave aggressively just to be desirable, members, it's time to take a stand for our children. Let kids be kids. Just let kids be kids. Thank you, members, for saying yes to innocence, and I ask you to vote up.
That bill passed unanimously in the House, 119 votes now. Now it's on to the state Senate. We spoke with Representative Oberdorf about additional legislative efforts coming this year to fight human trafficking.
Here, our emphasis on fighting trafficking throughout the state is really going to focus, number one, on additional training. We're finding some folks across the state that haven't had the opportunity to be trained, and we're expanding that, including within Airbnbs and with VRBOs across our state. And Airbnb has been a great partner in this. They have come forward and said that they want to be a part of it. So now we're training our hosts across the state. And of course, that's another part of our frontline defense. Another area that we're focused on is again pushing some law enforcement sides, which will allow for them to have better prosecutions and better opportunities to then be able to hopefully get to a point where witnesses are feeling comfortable to be able to talk about those that have been trafficking them. And then finally, we're working in the area of massage parlors and other areas where we have situations where potentially there is not only sex trafficking happening, but labor trafficking as well. And so those are all emphasis for this year's way that we're dealing with some trafficking and enhancing what we've been doing in the last several years.
Representative Oberdorf says the state needs to decrease the demand for these crimes by increasing penalties against the so-called Johns who support the trafficking with cash. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
South Florida is home to the most comprehensive brain and spine surgery care in the region. Powered by UHealth and Jackson. Healthcare pioneers, advancing medicine through innovative treatments unavailable anywhere else in the region. United in expertise, together in leading-edge medicine. Specialized in keeping the most powerful parts of you running strong. UHealth and Jackson Neurosurgery. That's the power of two.
Bruno! Bruno!
Pup on the run? No problem. With 5 drive modes, Rogue makes this a walk in the park.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get a low $299 per month lease or get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months on Rogue.
When you have moderate to severe eczema, it's okay to show off. With Dupixent, show off your clearer skin and less itch, because you have plenty of reasons to show off your skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, you can stay ahead of your eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin and fast itch relief after first dose. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
There are a few places where you know you'll hear the truth. And this is one of them.
With HealthSun Health Plans, life is a piece of cake with access to exclusive providers that take care of all my medical needs and all under the same roof.
It's like a Medicare makeover. With HealthSun, every year you can receive $1,978 back in your Social Security check, $600 for OTC items, and much more. Take it from me. I'm Mr. Sunshine. Call us today to learn more about our benefits.
My name is LaShondra Fields.
I was driving on the highway. As I came to a stop, a car rear-ended me, and the impact jolted my body forward. Dealing with Morgan & Morgan was very simple for me. The process just seemed so easy because I didn't have to go anywhere. Everything was electronic. I used DocuSign. Everything came through email. I never went to the office. When it came to negotiating, they didn't just settle for anything. They definitely went to bat for me. It's just like they cared about me. I was surprised how easy it was.
This Tuesday at 8 p.m., my co-anchor Tiffany Kennedy looks at the impact of the sex trade. WPBF 25 News will share the untold survivor stories, stories of courage and stories of resilience.
The minute I wasn't here, I was already being trafficked.
So the minute you got off the plane, here in the States, your trafficker was the one who picked you up at the airport?
Yes. She said, you're going to please my friends sexually. You are going to do what I tell you. They're going to give you money. You are going to give that money back to me. And if you don't do that, then something can happen to your kids.
We're going to hear those stories. We also talk with advocates fighting these horrifying crimes. Watch Trafficked. WPBF 25 News investigates. Again, that's this coming Tuesday at 8 p.m. right here. And thank you for making us part of your morning now, as always. We encourage you to be part of our discussion each and every Sunday right here at 10 a.m. Until the next time we see you, you can watch this episode and all of our episodes on our website, WPBF.com, and our free WPBF 25 News app. Matter of Fact with Soledad O'Brien is next. Have a great rest of the day with your family. We'll see you again next Sunday.